All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Kind of the first day back here, right? Let me see here. I want to get going on the other. There we go. Get on the Insta. Make sure we're out there a little bit and that's going well. And this isn't easy streaming like this, not for a guy that's low tech. Anyway, good morning. January 2nd, day two of 2025. You got to throw those goals out the window yet? Screw it. I'm going through the drive-through. Yeah. It's awfully easy to kind of start the year full of ready to go, right? And all of a sudden, when it comes down to it, when the rubber meets the road, as they say, it's not always that easy to execute. So I thought today it would be fitting to talk about focus, something that I'm a complete expert in. Mastering the art of focus is today's topic for our 10-day video series. And it's a big one for me because there's been a lot of times in my life where really whether I've been successful or not really boils down to that one word, focus. Because when I get focused on something, it's lights out. It's over, done. I get locked onto something, and it's a foregone conclusion, right? I may not win, but I'll be right in the mix. Whether it's business or a race or anything like that, any kind of competition. If I'm focused on it, then look out, right? And I suspect a lot of you are the same way. But it's a powerful tool. Focus, and hard to master. And I've probably had some times where I've felt like I was super focused and been at mastery level, but it was probably in the moment, not necessarily over a long period of time. And that's probably been one of my struggles over the years, has been being able to maintain that a level of focus, ongoing, being consistent, right? It's easy, when you're doing something that's painful, like running a marathon or doing an Ironman, it can be pretty easy to be focused, right? Because you're in the moment and things hurt. But when the dust settles and the lights go down, so to speak, and nobody's watching, it becomes a little harder, right? And I've come down here to work on a computer before, and whether it was contracting or coaching, and been overwhelmed and had so much stuff to think about that I just kind of reach up and close the laptop. You have so much to do, you don't do anything, right? And that can be paralyzing. It can really suck. And that's when it's good to have good people in your life that kind of shake you out of that mode. Best thing you can do is share it with somebody and talk about it. Say, hey, I'm having a hard time here. But it matters. Focus matters. And it's worth talking about. It allows you to work smarter, not harder, right? If we can be focused, we can work smarter, not harder. With deep focus, you can accomplish in hours what might take days of distracted effort, right? Are you one of those people that has a bunch of piles of paper on your desk? I can't do it. If I have a bunch of stuff going on, I want to just drop the arm and just sweep it off into the trash and start fresh. I'm that guy that if I've got 8,000 emails, I just want to highlight them all and delete and start over, because seeing that number is overwhelming to me. Okay. So, but if you can focus on a daily basis, hey, zero inbox, right? Anything that came in new, we're going to deal with it, get it out. Stuff that's new goes on a to-do list and we knock it down, right? That's focus. All right. A little bit of momentum with focus drives productivity, drives progress. Okay. Being consistent, as you hear me talk about on these videos every day, just being consistent. You don't have to, guys, it's not every day doesn't have to be Christmas, doesn't have to be the Olympics. Doesn't have to be a monumental thing, right? Just steady focus in a steady direction. All right. So think about the last time you were, really in a zone, right? Fully immersed in what you were doing. How productive and energized did you feel? Even if it was a lot of work, even if it was, it was all day going on this one thing. How did you feel? So go back to a time when you were highly successful, when you felt like you were dialed in, as they say, or locked in. What were the things that you were doing at that time that contributed to that success. I'm going to try to see if I yesterday I messed around with the iPad and to see what if any comments. Yeah, so I'll try to keep the comments up. If you guys are commenting, that's cool. So yeah, where was I? Like, when I'm training for an Ironman or training for a race, I haven't done much of it in the last few years, but when I did, I had to be focused. Whether it was on my bike or swimming or running down the road. I mean, for your own safety, you had to be focused, right? But I had to be focused on my training plan, not just today, but what we're doing this week. Okay. Same principle applied when I've started businesses. You got to be focused. You can't be half in. You got to be all in, right? Got to have clear priorities, eliminate distractions. And by doing that, I was able to make some meaningful progress every day. We just finished 2 years of a solid effort into building this coaching company and the communities around it. And I'll be honest, it just now feels like I'm starting to get some traction, which is good. I've tried this, I've tried that, but I haven't ever not been focused on it, which is great. Because my MO typically in the past might be focus on something hard for a year, get bored, go over here. Hey, shiny object, right? And it wasn't always about, like, the focus wasn't about achieving goals. It's really more about achieving, regaining control over my time and my energy, just feeling like I'm in control. So really, focus is a cool tool for that. Like, hey, this is what I'm doing today, right? Could be a fitness goal, could be a business project, or it could be just your own personal growth. What are you doing today? As I always say, what are you doing today to move the needle? Let's talk about mastering the art of focus. Now I'm really going to tell you a lot of stuff I don't know anything about, right? I beat myself up. I'm a pretty focused guy when I'm on to something, right? So ask yourself that, like, probably your focus goes as your give a shit goes, so to speak, right? So know what's most important. Write down your top 1 to 3 priorities each day. Focus on those first. You can't get everything done. I always say, don't try to boil the ocean, right? You're not going to get it all done in a day. You might have a great day where you feel great. I monitor my sleep. Last night I got an 86, or I think it was an 86 out of 100. That's like unheard of. That's like corpse level for me, right? So today I'm fired up, which is great because I got a full schedule. Now I know going into today, I can be super focused. Everybody's going to get the best me that I can offer, right? Ask yourself this: if you could only accomplish one thing today, what would make the biggest impact? Just one thing. Say, hey, just all we're going to do today is this. Pick the one thing that's going to make the biggest impact. Start there. This other one is huge for me. Eliminate distractions. Find the biggest distraction. For me, it's like stuff going on around me. I can't read in a room where there are people or people doing things, where the radio's on or this or that, TV's on. I'm not a guy that's going to read in an airport. I can read on a plane because of the white noise, but I can't sit and read. I'll get distracted. So what are your biggest distractions? Eliminate them. If it's your phone, flip it over, turn it on, put it on do not disturb. They have apps for that to block out incoming stuff or whatever. Mine's on do not disturb right now. When I get off this call, I'll pop it back on. The other thing you can do is work in focused blocks. All right. You can use techniques like, I think it's called the Pomodoro method or something like that, where, you can work for 25 or 30 minutes, take a 5-minute break. All right. Get up and walk around. You guys should be. If you're sitting all day, take a walk around. How about just working on, like, being actually intentional about your environment and create like a focus friendly environment. Right? Set up your workspace to minimize interruptions. I'm staring at the back of a door right now on the other side of this laptop. There's nothing else to look at. I can look out the window over there, but there's not anything going on. Keep your area clean, neat, organized. That'll help. Like I said, if I've got a stack of stuff, I've got to go through it, or I've got to get my area cleaned off. Even when I'm on one of these lives, if I have a bunch of stuff on my desk, I'm doing this, and I need one of those fidget spinner things or whatever, but probably got ADD over here. What are you talking about? But Guys, train your brain, right? This is work, right? Working at this, like, it just doesn't happen, right? It doesn't fall out of the sky. Hey, now I'm focused, or I decided I'm going to be focused today, so all of a sudden I'm focused. We got to have some strategies and some tactics to get us there. It's a skill. Start small, okay, by practicing some mindfulness, self-awareness, right? Just for short periods. Gradually increase. Hey, I'm going over here and I'm going to focus on this for an hour. And I've said that to some of the clients that I work with. They have an issue, and I'm like, hey, what would happen if after this phone call, you poured 100% of your effort into that for 1 hour? Probably it goes away, doesn't it? It probably goes away. Or you're a lot further along on it than you might be right now, okay? I don't know if we're on Instagram or not. I keep checking, but it doesn't seem like we are. So anyway, guys, I won't keep you long today. I know it's kind of a first day back for some. Hey, school buses are rolling. People are waking up. It's after New Year's. We got to do this thing. It's actually 2025. People are on the roads. Be careful. All right. Well, remember, focus enhances productivity. It builds momentum. It'll unlock your potential. If you can just get dialed in and focus on the main priority, make the main thing the main thing, something like that. Set clear priorities. Get rid of the distractions. All right. Don't always be looking around. Train your brain for the deep work. All right. You can do this. And as I always say, I have one question for you. What's one distraction you can eliminate today? How can you improve your focus today? Eliminate one distraction. Share it in the comments, DM me, shoot me a note. If you want to talk about it, I'm always around. I'd love to hear what you guys are committing to in 2025 to improve your focus. All right. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the role of feedback in building momentum, right? How to seek it, use it, grow from it, and not get all haired up when someone gives you a little feedback, all right? So don't miss tomorrow. I'll be on, should be around the same time. I'll try to throw out throw a shot across your bow, so to speak, of, hey, live in 5 or 10. That seems to be working okay. And we're doing this. I don't know if you caught it yesterday, but we're doing this every day. Every day in 2025, I'll be live for 10, 15 minutes, checking in with you guys, delivering some value in any way that I can, and just letting you know that I appreciate you guys. I've had a lot of feedback. Appreciate that. Guys that are shooting me notes and saying, hey, I like the videos. Hey, if you get something out of it, great. Might be something that relates to you. If it doesn't, take your 15 minutes and go do your thing and move the needle in your own way. All right. So remember, focus is your superpower, right? Focus. All right. Protect it, practice it, watch your momentum soar. Let's keep building this thing together and finding your edge. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.